Getting McDonald's late at night. Going up to the elevator with a girl who just came home from a party alone. She says, "Those fries smell good." I say, "Yup." She says, "I'm hungry for some fries." I say, "Fries are pretty good." On her floor, she stands in the elevator door and leans up against the frame in an attempt to be seductive and say, "I sure would like some fries," and bite her lips. I say, "They're open 24 hours. She leaves. I manage to protect my fries and my virginity. Be me, 3 years old. Dad asks me to put salt on his chicken. I say okay. I grab salt shaker. While pouring salt, the lid falls off. Start crying because I failed my task. Rubbing my eyes with salt-covered hands. It burns. Dad yells at me. Scream and run and fall and land on my head. Die. My face went. Be me. Just now, order Chinese food. Waiting in living room. Boner. Touch myself on living room couch. Delivery man shows up. Frickin' finally. Thanks, bro. Shake his hand. Born. Go blind at 6. Get special glasses to restore vision. Put them on. Go to friend's house. Say long time no see. Wagey thread. Be me. Work at McDonald's and don't talk to anyone. On Friars one day when coworker approaches me. "Hey Anon, what's fresh?" "Nothing much, how about you?" He was on break and wanted some chicken. Go to McDonald's. Order 2 large fries. They give me around 75 tiny ones. Second largest film industry after Hollywood. 0 good films. Go to Philadelphia for vacation. Get a cheesesteak. Get fries. Get a milkshake. Eat all of it. Haven't felt hungry since. That was 30 hours ago. Do you think this might be a good weight loss diet? I have no clue how many calories I ate. Worst stories thread? I'll start. Be me at like 22. Party with some of my college bros. Hear some dude talking about Shenmue. Join in on conversation. He says, "You're a fan of Shenmue?" I'm wearing a Shenmue shirt under my hoodie, so I meant to pull up my hoodie, but for some reason I have a brain fart and pull my D out. He just stares at me for a second and laughs hysterically. I try to play it off and actually show him the shirt. He says, "Cool shirt," and cool D too, I guess. Be me. 22, philosophy student with too much time on my hands. Decide to solve the age-old question. Can men and women really just be friends? Think it's a great excuse to talk to people and call it research. Start by asking 2 guys I know with polar opposite vibes. Chad and Kyle. Ask Chad first. The typical gym bro who always has a new girl bestie every week. Chad grins and says, "Of course, dude, friends with benefits." Roll my eyes at his awful joke, but deep down I know he's kinda serious. He adds, "You just have to keep it chill, bro. Girls love it when you're chill." Move on to Kyle, who's basically the anti-Chad awkward, quiet, and perpetually single. Kyle just shrugs and says, "I wouldn't know. Women don't even talk to me." Ask if he's ever tried making female friends. He sighs and says, "What's the point? They only like guys like Chad anyway." My face when he looks defeated. I feel bad for even asking. Decide I need a different perspective. So I turn to some female friends. First up is Emma, super bubbly and friendly. She says, "Of course, men and women can be friends. Most of my friends are guys." Ask if any of her guy friends have ever made a move on her. Her smile falters and she admits, "Well, okay, yeah, most of them have." Second girl is Jess, very girl next door vibes. And she says, "It's totally possible if you set clear boundaries." Ask her if any of her guy friends respect those boundaries. She hesitates, then nervously laughs and says, "Well, it's a work in progress." Third girl, Mia, is a blunt, no-nonsense type. She doesn't even hesitate. "Nope, guys always think with their dicks eventually." Ask her if she's had bad experiences. She just stares at me like I asked if the sky is blue. That feeling when even the girls seem skeptical. Decide to reflect on my own life for answers. Think about every time I've tried to just be friends with a girl. Realize I've caught feelings for almost all of them. My face when I'm literally part of the problem. Chad thinks it's easy because he's Chad. Kyle doesn't even try because he's Kyle. The girls think it's possible, but only in theory. Final conclusion. Men and women might be able to be friends, but not if I'm involved, because I simp hotter than a Disney prince. Also, I fell for Emma, Jess, and Mia during this experiment. Be me. Austrian, some mandatory military service. At physical exam, doctor asks me if I'm in a relationship. Obviously no. Why not? You're a handsome young man. You want my number? She sends me out. A few minutes later, the officer comes and shouts at me that I sexually harassed the doctor. Want to make a journal? Buy journal. Open journal. Stare at it for 10 minutes before giving up. What the frick are you supposed to write? How your day went? That's something a girl in middle school does. Be weeb, who finally saved up enough money for a trip to Japan. Board plane with excitement. Arrive in Tokyo and step outside to take in the sights. No neon lit streets filled with maid cafes and cat girls. 90% of the people I see are middle-aged or older. Boring skyscrapers and salarymen. Head to Akihabara expecting to find a wonderland of anime merchandise. Store filled with expensive electronics and not a single manga in sight. Go to a maid cafe for a taste of authentic Japanese otaku culture. Serves me coffee and cake but no cute cat ears or maid outfits. Drown my sorrows in a bowl of ramen. Order the same ramen that Naruto eats, expecting to taste the magic. End up with a plain bowl of soup and noodles. Where are the giant swirls and ridiculous toppings? Realize that anime has lied to me. Where the frick are you even supposed to meet women to date? All the local hobbies groups are 99% male and the girls there are either dykes or taken. Women aren't in bookstores or libraries, that's a meme. They aren't hanging out in local parks. I've been to Catholic, Orthodox, and Protestant churches. Every single time the population of those churches are either young guys or old folks. Not a single woman in sight. The ones that go to clubs, bars are mega cheap. You get 0 responses on dating apps as regular or below average guy. My tart Gen Xer father keeps telling me to go for it. But where? But how? When I have been on dates with Zoomer and millennial girls, they are so socially tarded. You can be as friendly and confident as you like, but these modern females will hate you for the most arbitrary and random reasons. Be Canadian. Live in Yukon. Wolves are an occasional worry, but usually avoid people. Some are brave enough to get close to us, but there's never any contact. Be 13. Sitting on school steps one day. Just after school, enjoying a Pop-Tart. Big white dog comes up to me. Without even thinking, I give the dog some pats on the back. Look up, it's not a dog. This wolf is looking at me with the most offended look I've seen on a canine. Take my hand back. He looks at me for a few seconds like he's about to call HR for inappropriate touching. Teacher comes out and starts screaming bloody murder to get away from it. Throw Pop-Tart as distraction and retreat. Wolf casually takes Pop-Tart and leaves. My face when I realize I've just recreated how dogs were first domesticated. Be me. Average bartender at small town bar. Shitty pay, but I get free drinks, so it's not all bad. Work the day shift. Place is usually dead. Come evening, a regular crowd shows up to drink away their sorrows. But little do they know I have a dark side. No one suspects a thing. Here's the plan. When closing time hits, I start cleaning up. Meanwhile, I'm actually stuffing cash into my pockets. Easy bucks. No one notices with the music blasting and drunken conversations. Sometimes I even joke about how slow the night was while fronting the register. My face when making actual bank while acting broke. Eventually I get cocky, start upping the ante, pickpocket tips from the unsuspecting regulars while clearing their plates. It's like playing poker, but I always win. Bar manager loves me, thinks I'm the hardest worker. You're the backbone of this place, he says. Fake humility. Aw shucks, just doing my job, boss. One night I'm raking in the dough. Suddenly hear the door swing open. Panic.exe. It's the cops. We're responding to a robbery call, they say. Immediately hard stop. Freak out hidden stash. Throw it all in the back room. Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary here, officers. My face when they start asking me questions about my daily takings. Realize they can't see anything since I'm a smooth operator. They leave after talking to the manager. He thinks I'm a hero for keeping the bar safe. Time to go back to my routine. The thrill is too good. Can't stop, won't stop. Become the most notorious bartender in town. Deep down, I know the truth. One day it'll all catch up to me. But for now, just keep pouring drinks and counting stacks. Living the double life. Feels good, man. .jpg. Are these stories true, or are they just figments of Anon's imagination? You decide.